It's usually our chief lobster.
Chief lobster and chief, absolutely. He really got his claws into our problems. Enough silly lobster jokes. Our last act before the interval is a poet who's performed at Dodo Modern Poets on several occasions. One of our favourite poets, and her name is Lisa Kelly. She's half English, half Danish, and she's a freelance journalist by trade, but she's had poems published in a pamphlet called Bloodhound, published by Hearing Eye. Unfortunately, she hasn't got any here with her tonight, but if you talk to Lisa nicely afterwards, I'm sure she can find you a copy and send you one. She's also very active in poetry organisation. She hosts regular evenings at the Torriano Meeting House in North London. If you've ever been to Torriano, it's one of the most venerable venues for poetry in London, and so that's good work there. And she was also recently published in The Spectator. I know the Morning Star takes her poems, and she's in the latest issue of The Interpreter's House as well. So please give a big welcome, Lisa Kelly.
Thank you, Patrick. I'll just bring this down a bit. Yeah. New technology. Actually, talking about new technology, that is what I write about. I don't know much about it, but I do write about it. I interview people who do know a lot about it. So recently I've been researching sort of digital technology and writing articles about the digital age. And this poem is, I don't know if you remember, there was a cartoon in the New Yorker in 1993. It's very famous, by a guy called Peter Steiner. And the caption is, on the internet, everybody knows, or nobody knows I'm a dog. And because back then, I think when it all started out, there was that idea that we could protect our privacy, but things are changing all the time. So this poem is about the changes that are happening, and it's called Anonymous. It's after that New Yorker cartoon by Peter Steiner, way back when I started writing about this sort of thing. On the internet, nobody knew I was a dog. How I'd raise my hind leg to piss, bark viciously at cats on my anonymous blog. Oh trolls, those dog days were a lark. I, Sirius, outshone all in the Canis Major, blew my master's whistle in his park. Bitch, he yelled, track and cage her. Failed to guess at my dog's bollocks, as I buried my bone to pick deeper in the darknet where encryption locks. Once bitten, twice Bitcoin. A silken road to anything stocked. Second lifer, don't whimper, feign identities, dangle spam bait, flog lives as authorities neuter the anodyne. Only saps are hacked as they eye slog. On the internet, nobody knows I am a dog. So carrying on with my work theme, I know you were asking about whether we had a good day at work. I was reading an interview about somebody who probably didn't have a very good day at work when she put a picture of herself on Flickr, and then it was taken up. I don't know if you've heard of like memes, internet memes, where you have an image and then people just distort it and put on any old rude caption that they want. So there was an interview with her, and she was talking about the loss of control that she felt and how she wanted to get back to people to say, hey guys, this was just a joke, you know. But so I think, you know, that's, I'm turning into a bit of a, you know, waving my finger at people as I say, it's not just about wearing a condom these days, it's about being safe on the internet, you know, protect your privacy. Hipster meme for Kate Killett. The caption, born in 2000, dresses like an 80s douche. On an image-born virus, blue braided band in stringy hair, framing in-your-face attitude. And bins so big and glary, the Gujarati shielded their eyes from reflection. Just a Halloween hoax, Sweet trolls that maketh the fright mask to flicker forth, mocked in Mexico and beyond, before mutating into the next big thing of the Internet of Things, where we're all lost, found out, stolen. So I know everybody has read about the dentist, Walter Palmer, and I was thinking about what he did and that sort of desire that some people have, I won't just say men, but to sort of track and possess and ultimately destroy something that they look up to or cherish or in some way want. So I thought of the parallels with Henry VIII and how he treated Anne Boleyn. So some of the lines from this poem, or in this poem, are taken from lines that Henry VIII wrote to Anne Boleyn when he was going through his seduction process. Of kings and dentists. Conventional, how I marvel at your beauty. Oh, I am a servant to your little O. Too futuristic, a winged chariot. But why, at such and such an hour, I may write to you, my dear, of a buck killed late last night by my own hand, hoping that when you eat of it, you may think of the hunter. Let me inside your cage space. Sweetheart, your brother, whom I value for his head, cannot replace your heart. My heart is at heaver. Oh, agony, I heave in agony. I shall kill a heart. Illegal, how I marvel at your majesty. Oh, I am a stalker of your black mane. Too futuristic a flight to Minnesota, but why, at such and such an hour, I may write to you, my dear, of a dentist killed late last night by my own hand, hoping that when you eat of it, you may think of the hunter. Let me inside your cage space. Lionheart, your teeth, which I value inside your head, cannot replace my heart. My heart is in hiding. Oh, agony, I heave in agony. I shall kill a practice. So Patrick said that I'm half Danish, but I'm also half deaf. I'm completely deaf in my left ear. And I've been exploring that recently, because it's one of those disabilities. It doesn't actually. I'm never sure when you have the box to tick whether to tick disability or not. But there are implications, because I've been deaf ever since I was about 6. I had mumps, and it's probably too much medical information actually. But I have been looking at that as an issue and writing poetry about it. And then I came across a website where people actually want to be deaf. And I found that very interesting. And they will go to extreme lengths in order to become deaf. Obviously there are lots of issues at the bottom of that. And this poem touches on some of that research that I've done. Deaf wannabe. Hardly hard of hearing, he hurts for a hearing aid, hopes to hijack the test, put the wool in the audiologist's ear. All those silent K words in his life, the knots that tied his tongue, unknowable nose, nights riding in nightmares, he heard them all repeated in a stutter. Not, now, night. He has heard all objections to obstructions, glue, wax, oil, cotton, foam, but still he is hoarding glue, wax, oil, cotton, foam, and repeating glue, wax, oil, cotton, foam, until it's a litany. At the concert, he is cranking up the volume, head banging to perforated drums, over and over, over and over, over and out. At the bar, he is trying out a deaf voice, trying out Meniere's disease, trying out tinnitus, trying to let someone hear his inner voice. Listen, listen how I hurt, listen how I harm. I can list all the times when no one has listened. Listen, lessen the noise in my head. Let me look at your lips when you speak. Not now. Night. And finally, this poem, it's my father passed away in 2009, and I think, you know, sometimes when you're just tired, all these people that are important in your life, just you mix them up. So this is based on something that I said to my kids. I got their father mixed up with my dad, their grandfather. Ask Dan Dan if you can. I slipped up calling you Dan Dan, the name our kids called my dad, the name I called my dad's dad, calling on tradition, conjuring up ghosts. Like my friend called to Japan to tend to the ghost of a man who calls her mother since his wife jumped on the line. She balks at the address, Okasan, a mother only to her boys, and a bawling depression, suckling on beer in Tokyo bars, where she is not her father's mother, just a woman in limbo between her name, Takako, respectful child, and escape. As I escape, calling on my father figures, for a moment I'm something other than mother, daughter, lover, conjuring abdication, dandan, okasan. Thanks very much.
I think Lisa's right. I think this is a time of year when friendly ghosts start to pop into our minds. So thanks for a lovely set from Lisa Kelly. We'll be hearing more from her in the second half.